Alright, girl, this is a Starbucks interview, darling. You gotta do a good job, darling. You wanna work at Starbucks? Yes, darling, I gotta go to the interview, darling. Well, my girl, I just want to say this is a great interview opportunity, darling. And change is good, darling. And getting a job here will mean you're changing, and that's a good thing, darling. Yes, darling, I'm very pleased with that, darling. Yes, girl, changing is a good thing, darling. And we're all about change at Starbucks, darling. Well, I'm very, very glad, darling. I'm very, very glad, darling. Well, okay, darling. So in this interview, we're going to ask some very critical questions, darling, that could change your life on the spot, darling, and also get you the job. Darling. Yay, darling. I love this interview already, darling. All right, girl. When was the last time you thought outside the box, darling? Well, as a matter of fact, getting this interview was sort of like thinking out the box, darling. That's not like thinking out the box, darling. Everybody wants to work for Starbucks, darling. So that's not really thinking outside the box, darling. That's just doing what the cliche everybody else does, darling. Oh, sorry, darling. You meant thinking out the box, darling. Yeah, that's what you meant, darling. Right, then? Yes, exactly, my girl. I got my eye on you, darling. You're not thinking out the box at all, darling. Sorry, darling. This interview means a lot to me, so I'll try to figure it out, darling. Okay, girl. When was the last time you thought out the box, darling, at a job, darling? Perhaps it was when I got this interview, darling, at Starbucks, darling. Girl, we already went over this, darling. You got the interview, darling. But the thing is, it's not thinking out the box, darling. I'm talking about when you were at a job, darling. Well, I've never had a job before, darling, so getting this interview, darling, was like thinking out the box, darling. Oh, girl, I'm gonna have to remove you from the interview, darling. What do you mean, darling? You're not thinking outside the box, darling. But I need this job, darling. I desperately need the job, darling. Girl, I'm afraid you can't think out the box, darling. So you're gonna have to think elsewhere, darling. Outside the box, literally, darling. Outside the Starbucks box, where you could get a job but you didn't. So you're gonna have to think outside the Starbucks box. So darling, please help me, darling. Girl, you're gonna have to think of something. We'll give you another chance, darling. We'll ask another question, darling. I hope this is a good one, darling. Okay, girl. This question's gonna be good, darling. How big is the Earth, darling? How does that help me at Starbucks, darling? Just answer the question, darling. I didn't do that good in school, darling. Come on, girl, just answer the question. Well, I don't know how big the Earth is, darling. I don't even know what measurements they use to make the measurements of the Earth, don't I? Well, girl, you had your last chance, darling. What are you gonna do now, darling? We're gonna hire you, darling. What do you mean, darling? You're gonna hire me, darling? Yes, girl, we're gonna hire you because you're smart, darling. And we know you know other answers that people don't know, darling. We saw your resume, darling. But, darling, I didn't say anything smart, darling. Girl, you know you're good, darling. You know you're good. I'm leaving. I'm gonna be a YouTuber and TikToker anyway. Bye now, darling. Girl, wait, we wanna hire you. Good, no, I don't care about the job, darling. This is coming up, darling. Bye, bye, bye.